your feelings, now you froze. And everything around you getting cold. The homie live cause it's on, yo. I was chasing 3 women like I'm Mojo Jojo. So my girl got mad and she my bro. Monica, you're wrong, though. That's against a bro code. Headed to his home, though. No, he living solo. Vertebrae. Got this broken to his place. This Jenny know that I'm a saint. I will blow your up. Then I again. Gone. Feel it in your bones. You ain't gonna feel it till I'm gone. Caught up in your feelings, now you froze. And everything around you getting cold. The chillers in my bones. Caught up in my feelings, now I'm froze. I don't really feel it till you gone. And everything around me getting cold.
Here to dance at the beginning, so you know it's only right, that's how we end it. Came all the way from losing to winning. Yeah, I did it, but it ain't just me, it's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this, it's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this. Tell them line it up. Like a 4th and 1, we sneaky when we slide up. Y'all on offense with no defense, now y'all time is up. We make the hits, y'all take the hits, and now we fired up. 3, 2, 1, don't need no break. Hut 1, hut 2, give it straight, that's how I like it. And we grind it every night to make it hit, now it's exciting. See, they just getting cake, they ain't never gonna get no ice. And all we want is chips, ring fingers looking ice. My day ones here to dance at the beginning, so you know it's only right, that's how we end it. Came all the way from losing to winning. Yeah, I did it, but it ain't just me, it's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this, it's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this. See, we came up from the bottom, me and squad got it. And we made it through them problems, now it's God body. We eat, sleep, breathe this, wave till they see sick. Do it right the first time, they all try to remix. Yeah, they grinded, but we grinded different. Tell them they time is ticking, but we time a fish. Bet not leave a minute, stop it. Something like the goat off in that pocket. Whole squizzy riding with me, who gon' stop it? My day ones here to dance at the beginning, so you know it's only right, that's how we end it. Came all the way from losing to winning. Yeah, I did it, but it ain't just me, it's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this, it's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this.
You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. Yeah, I jump out the booth, then I might hop through the roof. Count on the rings, stuff. My team is the truth, but they some liars to you. And they never sing, but they always shoot. And all of their diamonds are new. And that's why I'm here with Villain, cause I really get it. And I need all my honeys in blue. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. Make a choice. I need 100 pack for my boys. These be hating and talking and hating. I bet you I kill the noise. I've been a man like I'm painting. I boost up my rating. You know how I play with toys. Pop out on any occasion, get standing ovations. They can't help it but rejoice. They all wanna follow me, cause I got my foot on the opposition neck and ain't no apologies. 100 yards, you know I own all the property. Daddy's home, you know I own all the property. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose.
We are just a couple miles east of the LAX airport, just off the 405 or the 105 at the beautiful SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Baltimore Ravens and the Los Angeles Chargers. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Right to the air is Rodgers. And his first look is incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now it's Rodgers. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Rodgers. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. On play action, it's Rodgers. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Being chased out left. He's going to fire one. Corner of the end zone. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. There he goes left side. He's at the 40. The 20. 10. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Well, just an excellent play there by the defense to not only pick it but take it back, because Charles looked like they were in a groove passing the football, several completions until that mistake.
It certainly did appear to be locked in, and with how this offense was moving along, I know we certainly didn't expect to see a pick to end this series. Whatever the cause was, maybe they tipped one of those scripted plays, maybe the defender just made a great read. It has certainly quickly changed the tone of this one.
And now on the heels of the pick 6, here's their offense on the field sooner than intended, as they'll try to make it 8-0. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And now on the heels of the pick 6, here's their offense on the field sooner than intended, as they'll try to make it 8-0. Lance going to try to throw for this. That's caught at the 1. And he will get in to make it 8-0. And they turn the pick 6 into a pick 8 with that 2-point conversion.
I love how you upsell. That is outstanding right there. What a big-time play. Big switch in how this game was going, and then they capitalize a little bit on top.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think
he rifles one that's intercepted. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. So already trailing, Charles, they opted to try to take a shot on their first play from scrimmage. Obviously, that one didn't pan out.
Absolutely not. And how about the momentum that's being created now? You score, you take it away, big return. You got a chance to go up 2 touchdowns here early in the game. That'll feel great for their team.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
On first down, Lance. This will be caught at about the 6. And the Chargers are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Walker trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
Good work there, holding him out on first down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
Second down and goal. Lance. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Jalen Waddle. His second touchdown on the season. And the Chargers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. On the return from his end zone, Rodgers. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Rodgers now to throw. Oh, what a catch by Smith. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Rodgers now on first down. Touchdown! Isaiah Pacheco, 54 yards. And the Ravens are able to cut into that deficit. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed, because let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. Oh, the Ravens say they have.
Get torn up in a big way on that one, didn't they?
Absolutely. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Chargers are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete, and they're going to get this up to midfield. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team, because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. The Chargers at 2-1 now to start the campaign, and they move back above 500 with a victory last week.
And you look at their start, a win, a loss, then a win. This might be something we see from them a lot this year, because when they're at their best, they can play with anybody. But bringing their best every week, that's been a challenge thus far.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, here's Lance. Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Ravens are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
To throw on 2nd and 10, Rodgers. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. Flush to his... Now look out, Rodgers lost the football and picked up by the Chargers. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. A disappointing end of the sequence there. He was starting to turn nothing into something, and then he lost the football.
And sometimes things get lost in the transition. And what I mean by that is you go from being a passer to a runner. And at a certain point, once you cross the line of scrimmage, you're strictly a runner now. There's no more downfield threat. Make sure you take care of the football while you're traversing downfield.
The Charger drive about to get going. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete, and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
And still in the first half here, a long way to go.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Meanwhile, Lance's throw here on target to Hurst. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now Lance again. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops and escape this drive.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Lance. Throws out left. It's caught by Williams. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Throwing now is Lance. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jordan Jenkins gets to him well behind the line of scrimmage. That is a loss of 17 yards. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Lance and company going on 4th down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Chargers are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Wait a second, they declined the penalty?
I'm as puzzled as you are, partner. I don't understand how any time
You lose possession of the ball, yet you turn down a penalty that would give you possession back. Now let's make this simple. Anyone who plays the game, take the football. Always take the football.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw there taken in by Smith.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Rodgers now on 1st down.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Quandre Diggs.
And the Chargers will take over here just shy of the 30. Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. We have 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, and instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. An excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Back to Walker on 1st down.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
They fake the handoff. Now Lance.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
On play action, Lance.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers.
So first thing that crosses my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Rodgers.
Complete. Jefferson the target.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Throwing is Rodgers. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Devontae Smith.
As the first half is winding down.
And the Ravens have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half.
Rodgers will throw for it. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack, and a big sack at that. This remains a 1-point game. Boy, they're down only 1 score. Still first half, but they're going to line up for the onside kick. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. It's a squib kick fielded just inside the 20. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23. The Charger drive about to get going. And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this. He's airing it out for Williams. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Kendall Fuller. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
A final shot before half for Rodgers. Buying time to his left. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, so the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
2nd and 14. Here's Lance to throw it.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Left side caught by the tight end Hurst. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive.
Lance to throw for it on 4th down.
And he's got Hurst, his tight end. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19.
That's big Jordan Davis powering in to drop him.
I know there would be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Now this one into the hands of the tight end, Hayden Hurst. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down.
This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
And they'll go for it. Lance
dancing to his left.
And he is going to be out of bounds a couple of yards short of the marker. And they will fail to convert here on 4th down.
play action. Now Rodgers. And he's got this to Jefferson. Finding space at the 40. There he goes right side. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. The defense, they weren't fooled on that post route. They just couldn't make the play.
And the offense definitely tried to fool them because you saw the other route combinations, didn't you? Anything that they were running trying to draw attention away from the deep part of the field, but still had it covered, yet they were able to come up with a nice play.
No gain on the screen there. It's second down. Here's Rodgers to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right.
Open man. He's got Jefferson across the formation.
And almost, but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. 4th down. Rodgers going to go on 4th down. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey.
And the Chargers are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And a short 3-yard pickup gets him up to the 15. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
They'll try for the first with Walker.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger 1st down. Hasn't been his best afternoon on the ground, far from it, but a critical 3rd down conversion.
This afternoon just got better. All right, you're exactly right. It hasn't been his best in terms of yardage, but that run there, that's the one your teammates look to you and go, okay, that's what we want from you. That's what we need. Now they have a chance to keep moving forward and a chance to win the game.
Throwing on 1st down is Lance.
And his throw is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Lance.
Forced out to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't 3rd down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the 1st down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
And Walker has it. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Charger 1st. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Lance looks to throw again.
Flushed out right. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
To throw again on 2nd down, Lance. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important third down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Oh, Lance has it knocked free. The ball is loose. And the offense will recover, but it won't make much difference here. This will still be a turnover on downs.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Here's a give up the middle. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Rodgers going to throw.
Quickly into the hands of Beckham. And the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. They'll try to run this one in. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Rodgers to throw. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Dallas Goedert, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Ravens have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter.
To throw is Rodgers. And this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
Chargers in good field position to start out. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Here's Lance. He completes this to Walker.
And the spin looked pretty, but more for style points as the real estate evaporated quickly there.
Lance back to throw.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is taken in at the 5. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
So now a big play coming up as the Chargers are going to go for 2.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come.
Now Lance.
Flush to his right. He's got it at the 2. And he is not going to reach the goal line. A courageous call to try for two, but they will remain down by a point. Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away.
Taken from about the 12. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the fourth. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. Now Rodgers. This is Smith with a grab. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 47 yards. And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. Rodgers throwing here. Escaping the pressure. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Back to throw, Rodgers. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey.
And the Chargers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. Oh my, how the tables have turned now. They were trying to salt this one away, but that interception, potentially a game changer.
And I've just got to think to myself, at this point of the game, I know you've been aggressive. I know that's your MO, and that's fine. And all those teams that talk about all gas, no brakes, you better have the emergency lever to pull occasionally. They could have used it right there. They put themselves in a tough spot with that interception.
He's going to let it fly. He's got a man complete. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's in. Are you kidding me?
How do you give that up?
One of the most improbable ways to finish a game. And they do win it on the final play. This one is going to sting for a while. I mean, how do you let that happen defensively?
One stop.
One stop. I know that it's easy to say that from the booth, but it is.
Yeah. Turn me up. Yeah. Hey, check it. Okay, I feel unstoppable. Losing's impossible. Go against the team, the thing they know not to do. Bright lights, game on the line. Do what I gotta do. Time after time, we do the impossible. You ain't made it till you got style. All the shots for you. You ain't made it till they put on top of you. Parading through the city, the whole block come out for you. We just getting started. Y'all finna see what we bout to do. Boy, stop. You ain't here? I'm the real truth. Hunters, real blue, strips on them still new. Shopping at Dover Street, I'm dripping like mildew. They say you don't visit the hood, dog, I still do. A real one, only difference, my bill's bigger. I'm still with ya, I just got rich a little quicker. The same man, God handed me his game plan. I ain't perfect, far from it, what can I say, man? I feel unstoppable, losing's impossible. Go against the team, the thing they know not to do. Bright lights, game on the line, do what I gotta do. Time after time, we do the impossible. It felt like yesterday, I was just driving my grandma's Chevrolet. From South Carolina to Maryland, I take the jet today. I'm still on the come up, I'm still building my resume. I still got a lot to prove, but still I'm heavyweight. I still gotta watch my moves. They